Hi guys, it is time for Weekly Insight, 14th of August. Always have to look down and check that because I never think of it before. 14th of August 2017. I'm mega happy to be able to talk to you. Quite excited actually. Yeah, say hello. Yeah, as always, I like to put some photo up. Something to do with stuff. Oh god, I'm already trimming my words. Something non-trading related. So on the weekend I went up and visited my friend Rio. That's Rio on the decks there. We actually used to be in like a scratch crew together. So yeah, we used to do a lot of that back in the day, which was wicked fun. So it was good to meet up with him. We had a little bit of a spin and that. I didn't want to put a photo of myself up because I'm already massively egocentric by putting these videos up. So yeah, there's Rio, good man. Also met up with one of my oldest buddies, Rick. He came over as well from Nottingham. We all went to Nottingham University together, and yeah, went out and had a riot basically. Hard raving, man. It was intense, but really good fun. Really good fun. But anyway, that's that. What else have we got on there? So yeah, we had some mixing. Yeah, just whilst I'm on it, like I ended up talking to Rio about house prices in Cambridge, man, and they're not actually that different to London. Certainly not that different to Surrey, which I thought was quite fascinating. It was yeah, quite eye-opening. Obviously, it must be popular. I don't know much about Cambridge other than university, and it's a nice place to visit and tourists go there and stuff. But yeah, although when I drove out, I saw loads of new research facilities going in. I ended up driving through this estate, and they were building and building and building. They had loads of new houses going up. So it's interesting, you know, what with the bubble, the housing bubble, you know. Oh God, you've got me on one now. Yeah, so I'm seeing that in Cambridge. You know, all these new gaffs have gone up, all these new commercial things. I know nothing about commercial property really. But again, cheap money, things go up. But yeah, that's just reminded me of another thought of when I was going into Waterloo the other day. So I come in on Southwest trains from kind of Woking way inwards. And I mean, I do that quite a lot, but I don't... Maybe I just haven't looked about very much. But I mean, the actual skyline on the way in on that, like when you get near, you know, kind of around Vauxhall Way, Waterloo Way, Jesus... It's insane. I swear it's completely changed in like the last year, you know, and it changed the year before that. So it's fascinating. Things are being built a lot. It'll be interesting to see if that runs out of steam soon. Anyway, that's a bit on the houses. What else? Oh, I can bring this over and show you this. I don't need to hide it to myself now, do I? I'm just reminding myself. I'm trying to put a few notes down so I don't bore everyone too much. Trading's been going a little bit better. Yeah, okay, so why have I put it in this order? Yeah, one other thing I'll just talk about is the books, man. So, this is a bit of a plug, an advert for people to just go and read books, because I'm just getting so much out of books at the moment. I mean, I read an entire book on the way up and the way back from Cambridge. Well, I read it, you know, I listened to it in the car. I've just started another one, Arnold Schwarzenegger's biography now, and you know, I just like soak this up, and I just really recommend it because doing it on order, you know, so you miss out on the nice thing of being able to read it, which, you know, is a nice thing to be able to do, but you still get all the information, you know, and I'm using times like, you know, around the supermarket or, you know, in the car or, you know, cleaning and stuff like that, and it just works really well for me. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a time to not do that and just be a knob like I normally am, but yeah, I can only recommend that. Yeah, there's stuff been happening on the business front as well. I haven't let any of that out on here yet. I really want to, but yeah. Sorry about my hair, by the way. I don't know how this hair's looking because I've been what have I been doing? I've been working from home, and I've just been bumming around at home today. All part of keeping it liquid. Right, so before we do trading, yeah, crypto. So I bought, I had a look at my crypto portfolio the other day. I stuck about $4,000 into cryptos. That's up 38% in like 2 weeks. So that's fairly interesting. You know, again, it's high volatility stuff. I wouldn't want to over leverage on it. Cryptos. What am I trying to do here? Ethereum. So I've only actually bought into Ethereum at the moment. But yeah, it's been moving. So when did I buy in? About halfway through this chart, so somewhere around here, maybe here, and I bought a couple of dips here, and yeah, it's been looking pretty well. I can't remember what I bought at in dollars. Can't remember, but anyway, yeah, it's fascinating. So keep an eye on that. Don't want to over leverage on it or anything like that. And really, I should be diversified, which I've not done. Okay, now trading wise, boom. Yeah, so I've had one trade open for 6 weeks now. That's quite interesting. It must be heading on for a record. So, well, let's have a look at this actually. Yeah, so let's have a look at the 6 weeker. So I'm jumping around here. My mind, I lose my mind. So what was it? I can't remember what it was. USD Swiss. So this is before. Yeah, this is in the first half of the year. USD Swiss. Sorry, is that the guy? Yeah. So don't need to remember it. It was a weekly trade, really. Weekly support and resistance trade. The sod all money on this, really. So you know, I've got risk of 0.22 going up to you know, a point. 0.7 return if it gets up here, but you know, it seems to be slowly like thinking about it. Yeah, it's a long trade, but the rolls are in my favour, so that's doing its thing. I'm relatively happy with that. Incidentally, I've got 1,000 pips on the table. It's been a while since I've done that. You know, you could argue that it's only because of this split position. It's not really fair, but you know, whatever. It still says 1,000. So yeah, there's been a couple of things going okay. GBP, Jappy, GBP, Jappy. Yeah, so that's weekly. So what was I doing here? Again, it was another support and resistance trade. Just trying to get down to here, really. I'm not the biggest fan of support and resistance, but you can see my leverage there. That's my original stop, 0.17 for a 1.1. Take that all day long. And it's starting to do its thing. It's been rejected here. Obviously, if it runs against me, I've got nothing out of this. But I'm just, you know, I'm leaving that. It's just sat there. The other one I got open is CAD Jappy. Yeah, and this one I have got a split position on it, so it's a similar thing. Shorting here off the thing, and admittedly I had to get into this a couple of times, so I've already lost a few positions. But yeah, I've got one set up here, which is just support and resistance. So 50 quid out ish for a tenner ish risk. So it's not 5 to 1 because of the ish. Let's make it 4 to 1. So that's okay. But I've also got another one on here that I'm just trailing this stop down. So I'm 8 quid up there. Sorry, I'm trying to drink this at the same time. And 11 there. So I'm about 3 quid if it all goes wrong this trade. Not too bad. Sorry, Virgil always tells me off for doing that. Apparently it's really weird to go and then to talk with water in your mouth. I don't know. I hope it's not rude. Anyway, so that's fanning about today. What's coming up? So I'm not really. I'm just trading this new strategy that the guys have got me on. Mixed success so far. I like it because it's trading with the trend, and I'm a big fan of trading with the trend. I used to do that, so it makes a lot of sense to me. So I'm just kind of working with that at the moment. But I've got nothing open. There's been nothing up. The last position closed out today for a small profit on, what was it? It will still be there, won't it? So this is the second position. Yeah, USD Jappy. So I got this plus a tenner, so 0.14. Yeah, it just didn't run. But what I have been seeing with this way of trading is that it's been quite good at getting me out of it when it is actually turning round. And I've quite liked that. For instance, I got out of USD Jappy today. It took me out of it. And if we look at USD Jappy, yeah, you can see me there. You know, well, okay, you can't tell it's definitely out. But, you know, I'd be feeling a bit more uncomfortable up there. So it could be going short again. But you just, obviously we don't know. Hindsight's a beautiful thing. But, yeah, you see that's bullish again. So, yeah, we don't know. But I quite like the fact it takes me out. Takes me out of the trade quite nicely. So yeah, I've just been looking for setups on that, which is using the combination of 2 time frames, dailies and 4 hourly. And yeah, I've just been doing my thing on that. So every morning I come up, work out, you know, what I'm going to look at. I did it twice today actually, because obviously I've been doing this analysis now. Other things going on. Yeah, I haven't seen anything else on the dailies that I really want to get involved with at the moment. As I say, I've got positions open. You see, I've got positions open. They're running okay. I don't really want to. I'm not in any hurry to get into anything at the moment. I'm all right with, you know, just waiting my time, which you've got to be really. But I will, you know, for the sake of talking about it, I'm going to need a different template here. Sake of talking about it, I will just call up the two 2 hour trades I Come on, it's rolling 3. Is that the one? Rolling 3. You gonna give me my screens? Rolling 3, and if I bung this onto 2 hour. So yeah, actually it's Euro USD. Was it Euro USD? Euro USD 2 hour short. Yeah, so it's kind of come through, and I quite like this for a short again. If it did get down to here, I think it could could work out well for us there. If you see, I'm just looking across the 4 hour on the other screen there. You can see it's kind of adhering to this cloud. So if it falls through, we could be well placed. But you see, it just depends on how you read the markets. Because the minute I say that, you see, I'm looking at this on the weekly, and there's nothing. This is weekly, yeah, not daily, weekly, and this is just bullish as sin. So I'm now of the opinion I'm going to start playing the reversals less. Okay, so it probably means that these big runners I'm not going to see so much. But as I said, going with the trend sounds to be safe with me at the moment if there is a trend established. So yeah, that's basically it on my front. I was going to just have a quick look at. I think my ISAs have done a little bit better. I'm really short in my ISAs. So we had this kind of short footsie in my ISAs. So you can see here we've got this. Sorry, I'm always jumping around. I'm trying to also see what's recording. Where is it? Yeah, there we go. So this was a nice sell-off for me because I've got these ETFs. Now these ETFs are seriously underwater, and I mention them every week, don't I? Because I want to be transparent with what I'm up to. So I'm losing money there. I've lost quite a bit of money there so far, and they bleed as well. So, but if these suckers would just fall down, no. But I mean, I have been going through a lot of should I be in these guys at all? And we're still in a, I mean, it depends on where you draw the line, but you wouldn't say that's anything but an uptrend at the moment. But maybe it's losing out of steam. If you're into this price divergence, kind of momentum divergence, you can see these peaks here with this lines up with this. It's lower. This lines up. Sorry, the peaks that with that. And even though the price goes higher, the momentum's lower. Price goes higher, momentum lower. Price has gone higher, momentum's lower. So that generally says, it's starting to think about selling off, and that's on a weekly. But technical's, isn't it? Who knows what's going to go on? So that's doing that. The other thing that I had a reasonable thing is because my ISA is basically I've got silver ETF exposure and these shorts. So yeah, what am I talking about? Yeah, so UK 100. Oh, we just did that one. So yeah, silver. So look at silver. So silver's been on the up a bit, So we it had a good week. So as far as that kind of my investing thing goes, that's a little bit higher, which is nice. I think I'll call it a day there. Oil. I think oil looked a bit short, but I haven't looked at it. What? How can I say it looks short and I haven't looked at it? It makes no sense. Yeah, I think it was because I actually bought on a continuation and it sold off, so I kind of saw that coming. Anyway, my friends, incidentally, if you are into MACD crosses, that's a kind of reasonable one there. So maybe a pullback to 51.50 short. See if this gets down here. Pull back to 51. Obviously, have to check your expiries on it. I think they're 20th of August. Yeah, it's a bad time to be getting in a trade, really, if you're looking for a runner. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there. How long are we in? 13 minutes in. Love to hear from you guys. Hope your trading's going well. I'd say mine's picked up a little bit recently. I just want to keep going with that, really. But yeah, love you lots. Have lots of fun. Give it a like, give it a share. Tell me what you're up to. Live the dream. Bye.